everybody we're so lucky to have, we talk about the institutions of Hastings. We have Susan Sims, whose stage name is Sister Suzie.
Yeah.
I met you, you'd not long been in this town when I met you.
I know.
That's quite a while ago, isn't it?
11 years it'll be this year.
Wow.
I know, it's mad to think that it's a quarter of my life almost.
I know.
Goodness.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'd been a right nomad before that.
Yeah. What brought you here?
Well, strangely, I was singing up north, obviously, and I put a call out. We had a gig in Skegness or somewhere, and put a call out for a drummer, and someone from Pevensey Bay drove all the way up to Skeggy for 45 quid or something to play a rock and roll festival.
Wow.
And so I fancied coming for doing a couple of weeks away somewhere, and came and done it. I wanted to go to Brighton, and drummer said, don't go to Brighton, go to Hastings, it's much cheaper, it's much better. So I came here, and I know it's the most New Orleanian place I've been outside of New Orleans, and I've been addicted to that place for years. So I just needed to live here, basically. I came and spent 2 weeks. I went home and sold everything I had and came back in the middle of December. Wow. And
it does
worked
that,
in the Salvation Army for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Amazing.
funny town does that to people.
I just didn't want to go. I didn't want to go home. I need to live there. And thank goodness Jenny Power, who's been my landlady 3 times now, give us a room for 70 quid a week, so I didn't have to find much work to move
that's
here.
right. Yeah.
What a lovely thing to do.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lovely community, isn't it?
Yeah.
I immediately met so many people, and I'm still friends with them today.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
That's it.
So you have got your toe in lots of different things really here, because you can't help yourself. So
I just keep doing more and more and more.
So tell us about what. Yeah, no, it's lovely. I think it's just, there are people that just really love to do a little bit of this and a little bit of So talk to us about.
I never know my arse from my elbow. Am I allowed to say that?
You can say arse. You can say arse. Arse is fine.
Never know where the next tin of beans is coming from. Yeah, well, Frock Up Friday. I managed to get a really great band, and I've done some great things. What did you ask us?
No,
what am I doing?
What did I ask you? So
what do I do? I've got Sister Suzie, and she's doing great. She's got a new album out. She's another person.
She's her. So Sister Suzie, talk us through what Sister Suzie is.
I'm a little bit blues. I'm a little bit rock and roll. Yes, I did always used to have the quiff in, but when I went to play to a rock and roll audience, they hated me because I'm too blues. And I mean, I do a little bit of ska and a little bit of soul and stuff now. I kind of do a big party mix, basically. And they didn't like us. So, they always thought we were going to get an hour of Wanda Jackson or Janice Martin, and it wasn't going to happen. No. So out came Uma Thomas. So I stopped wearing my hair like that on purpose, so that people didn't put me in a basket.
Nice. Good for you. Because you are a unique...
Because I love that style, but I just can't wear it because people are they hear with their eyes.
Yeah,
sure.
And so I stopped wearing it.
That's a really interesting thing, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, so I don't do that anymore. So it's taken me 6 or 7 years, lockdown, hysterectomy, broken legs, retiring band members to make my second record. It's a really hard job to be in, as you know. I know you used to manage...
the River Boys back in the day,
yeah. And I often want to give it up, but I just couldn't get run over by a bus and leave Ain't No Lady, my first record, as my only thing in existence, because I hate it. Don't go buy that, but I've got them for a £5 should you want one. So I've got a new record that I almost wrote entirely through my ill period.
Wow.
But you've grown, and that's the thing. Ain't No Lady is a period in your life, and now you've gone through a transition, and this album...
It's called Honestly, with a question mark at the end, because some of the lyrics are so filthy. When my mum and dad read the lyric sheet, that's what they're going to say.
Their eyes are good.
I almost called it Drunk, Sad and Horny, because that's perimenopause, isn't it?
Sure. But how wonderfully real. How wonderfully real that you can do that and leave that as a legacy of that period in your life.
Yeah, I just put a single out called Bitch Back. I want my bitch back. And I'm sure that a lot of feminists will go crazy because they've reclaimed the word, blah, blah, blah. But that's what I felt like. I lost my inner bitch and I didn't have any fight anymore. I was just crying constantly, blah, no energy, getting fatter, all of that stuff.
Sure.
And it's a really Little Richard song. It's total rock and roll. It's the most rock and roll song on the record. It's great. But I've got a record launch in the 100 Club this Sunday.
Wow, that's fantastic. Wendy's doing your...
Wendy May's DJ.
Yeah, Wendy May. So you've got two women from institutions.
And I was inspired then because it's a female empowered, sing about being horny, sing about not your perimenopause, sing about, I've got a song about dead butterflies, like feeling like a dead butterfly. I look the same, but I can't fly. I can't get out of these four walls. I'm stuck in. I'm watching all my friends go out to play. So there's a real mix of songs on that record. We try to describe the different emotions and
fantastic.
Yeah, and it's so blatantly honest. I thought, right, I'm going to make this an all women thing, and I've got a young punk kind of band, Joanna and the Dropouts, playing support for us as well, who I seen at Fat Tuesday. So I know I went on the hunt for a girl, all girl lineup.
Yeah,
excellent.
No, it's a real rites of passage thing for women.
Yeah. And it's not really, I mean, it's more and more spoken about menopause generally, but it's not, for me, growing up, I was never really told anything about, what that stage of life might be like.
Exactly. So I've been speaking to there's another thing. I've been speaking to the menopause charity, and they're I'm going to work with them and do some nights, some talks. Just want some of... Because the talk nights, there are things that happen. It's like you're being spoken at by professionals instead of just being able to have a rant. So what happened to you this week? I've got itchy armpits. Whatever.
But because it's women, if it gets very clinical and very sterilised and very factual, that's not...
What you need.
Menopause is. No, it's very emotional and changes and transition, and the only people that actually can really talk about that are people that've been through it or going through it. So all the specialists, thank you for this. Thank you for the understanding, but we know this territory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, it's quite scary with the 100 Club thing and the new record because most of my audiences have been older men, so it's quite nice to do it. Hopefully it works. But whether it does or it doesn't, I could have just spent thousands of pounds on those records, which is what every musician does, just to throw them in the skip because they're not going to go anywhere. But at least I don't have it in No Ladies for Legacy.
I know, absolutely. Yeah. So well done you, and you're happy. And that's a performer's life is a real mixed bag, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're trying to do more things of Friday.
Nice segue.
Well, the record's like it kind of is Fuck Up Friday, really. We encourage people to be more #, to be free thinking, unique and fabulous, and it's kind of brave to put your heart on your sleeve or wear what you want, especially coming from different ages, sizes, religions, genders, all of that stuff.
How did it come about?
So the wonderful people kept giving me places to rent. One of them was Bev and Andy Francis. And I lived with them for 2 years, and I left 4 days before lockdown. And Bev, it's all Bev's fault actually. Bev messaged and said, "Oh, Suzie, what are you going to do? You're up there on your own. Let's get dressed up on Friday and pretend like we're going to the pub." And she used to help me get dressed for gigs and things and say, "Oh, you need a belt there, or you should wear these earrings." And so we created a private group. Invite a few of our friends. Let's get dressed up.
Me too,
And it was private so friends had to invite friends, but within 3 weeks we had 10,000 members.
You did.
It just grew.
It's
didn't
just
it?
mad.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
it was the town, wasn't it? At first, it was
Yeah.
people you knew, and then it sort of expanded.
Well,
and
the
went
next
way
minute we
beyond.
had people in Australia,
Yeah.
but they knew such and such in London, and then Tenerife knew whoever in Germany. And it's like, what? It's just crazy. And now we have admin, we've got 12 admin all around the world who look after the page at different times. So, because we can add words if someone says fat, if someone says trans, if someone says ugly, so it flags up so we can check and see if anyone's being bullied. And so it's looked after 24 hours a day. It's crazy.
Yeah, well done.
It's really great. Yeah, well done. Because to go from you two to then that to have, because I remember we got in touch a while ago about working together on. I can't remember what it was now. It's going to be something to do with home live art, and at that time you were just getting to the point where you needed the admins, and it was like, okay, this is
We
serious.
were asking for mental health support.
Yes, that's
we
right.
do
Yes,
still need
yeah.
it.
We all do, I think. That's that is just standard, I think, in anything, especially when you're working with community in that way.
Yeah, it's
It's
more
important to look
because we
after
get
yourself.
private messages and the posts are really emotional. Let me say that for anyone who doesn't know Fuck Up Friday, there's people post a picture of themselves and then they tell a story about the dress, or they say, in the beginning it was like, this is me in my wedding gown, I was supposed to be married today through lockdown. This is me in my graduation outfit, I didn't get to graduate. This is me ringing the bell on the cancer ward for the end of treatment. And it's so many really emotional stories that it's hard to give advice or celebrate an achievement or be empathic without losing every ounce of energy that you've got. It's that would need help. How do you do that if you're
How
not
to protect-
trained?
yeah,
To protect
absolutely.
your own energy. It's quite hard, but it's much more than a dress-up group. It's really, it's inspiring, and we're holding more face-to-face events. We just started a Patreon so that we can spend time building events so that we see each other face-to-face more often. We've had 4 festivals in Hastings and St Leonard's where people have come from Canada, Australia, they've come from miles, and it's wonderful. But if we have more of those and try and spread the word, so it's not just about dressing up, it's about people having that free thinking to be friends of to have a common interest. Like, I love your outfit, no matter what the colour of their skin is, or what gender they are, everyone's separating themselves into little groups all the time, and there's no need. We don't have that in Fuck Up Friday. We just come together for this common love of colour and being bold and being brazen and celebrating life.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Being in a bathroom, a load of women. In a pub, in a bathroom, and they're all together, and they're all chatting about stuff, and they're all helping each other with, oh, I haven't got this, oh, I've got one, here you go, whatever it is. And there's such a strong bond that guys wouldn't understand this, but this is unbelievable. It might be a locker room thing, but it's definitely a female toilet thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We do have men in the group though, and there's quite a lot of men frockers who are looking gorgeous. Like Lee Merry, he's an institution in our group now. He's a fella who lives in, I don't know where he lives, but he drinks in Old Town every day. In his cape, and he's got 100 waistcoats where he used to only have 3, and everybody's got a bit bonkers.
It's good for local vintage trade as
It
well.
totally is. I mean, I talked about it the other week that my wardrobe's gone crazy, and here I am wearing black for this podcast. Sorry, frockers. Let this side down.
But you just showed up in your reel, which is lovely. It's really cool.
Yeah, I do actually. I'm not that much of I run the group with Bev, but she's much more of a frocker than I am. She's totally colourful constantly. I'm wandering around in my lycra 9 times out of 10.
She's a milliner, isn't she, by trade? She's a hat maker.
Yeah, so but Bev's come up through the fashion. She done jewellery design at uni, and then she's been a milliner and had a really successful shop in Brixton. and I just studied social sciences, so we've come together like with the mental health versus fashion attitude, and it's really
that's
worked.
really interesting. Yeah.
You didn't just study social sciences, madam. You studied it and did really well, and you had an amazing thesis as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, about women in the blues pre-1960.
Yes, this is something I really want to hear your talk about. We need to somehow make that happen, or if you're going to do one day.
Full title: Women in the Blues pre-1960, a cry of an agony from an oppressed minority, or an early triumph for women against the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. And there's a little song at the end of each chapter. You can find it on my website, sistersuzie.net.
Yeah.
I put it up there because everybody wanted to read it. Although I need to go back and take out all those stupid brackets that you have to put in for a university paper.
Harvard references.
Yeah.
How bougie does that sound?
Harvard referencing. So yeah, we've got a little art thing happening Friday night on Wednesday, actually, this Wednesday, in the Crown House. There's only 15 spaces.
Nice.
Paint a frocker.
Ooh,
A dressed up one.
Paint a
Nice.
frocker. A dressed frocker. So it's not naked.
No,
this
it's
time?
not naked.
No.
It's in frocks.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting because I sit for life modelling anyway. It's another thing.
Yeah.
And yes, and we've got another girl who's used to sitting, and people can have a little try if they want. But
Wonderful.
yeah, but yeah, there's only 15 spaces.
And where's that?
In the Crown
In
House.
the Crown House. Oh, so we've got
Regency
Crown and the
rooms.
Crown House.
Yeah,
Nice.
we'll
in
find the
Regency
links
rooms.
and pop it in.
6
yeah.
till 8 on Wednesday.
Okay, fantastic.
Wonderful.
How much is the
Wednesday.
ticket?
Which Wednesday? Not today.
This one?
Today.
This-
No, 27th.
Yeah, next
26th.
Wednesday.
Oh,
26th,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How much is
Nice.
the ticket?
Thank you for clarifying.
There's different price structures because of my Patreon thing. It's free for Patreon members. £5 if you're in Fuck Up Friday, and a tenner for everyone else.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Okay.
What a great thing to do.
Oh, sorry, one more thing.
Yes.
The Fuck Up Friday. There's me talking about boundaries and social structures and that they don't exist in our thing. After going to a Stand Up to Racism event a couple of weeks back, I was compelled, because we were come together for this thing, but everyone was speaking from a different corner. We had different parties speaking in different...
Yeah.
So it still feels separated, even though we're coming together for the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was compelled to I'm going to do a gigantic dress up on the beach, May 17th.
Oh, my birthday.
Oh.
There you go.
Stop it.
12 till 2, I'll give you the details.
Yes, please.
And they'll be across our socials and on our website. Frockupfriday.com, you can get the book still.
Excellent.
But yeah, everyone, I'm invited there. I've spoken to Playing the Race Card, I've spoken to Sanctuary,
Excellent.
I'm going to speak to all of the groups, and it's like, let's just come together
Yes.
and be
Yes.
bold. And I might
Yes.
have a stage to tell your story and say who you are, where you're from,
Absolutely.
something about your outfit if you like,
Mm.
and just celebrate colour and being free and being free thinking, unique and fabulous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be more far.
No, I love that. And try and come from one perspective would be nice, or at least unite to find out where the commonality is as opposed to the
Separations,
separation and difference.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the commonality, like if you're wearing your favourite frock or the most outrageous thing you've got, or something that reminds you of home, or something that you know, and then these conversations are about your outfit, not anything else.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Not anything else.
Oh, that'd be great. What fun. Yeah.
Great, we'll come on down.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amazing.
it's been lovely to have you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in.
Yes, thank you.
So this is Sister Suzie of our parish, Susan Sims.
Thank you very much.
So,
Parish.
yeah, no, and we have a lovely parish, don't we?
Yes.
So thank you so much, darling.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Keep being weird.
Keep
being
being
weird,
weird,
yeah.
absolutely. Cheers, guys.